Hey everyone, Jay here. We're going to take a closer look at Tuesday the 19th of April. We've got an Amrap 18, 12 cows on the bikes, or 8 cows on the bikes, 12 thrusters, 8 toes to bar and 1 rope climb. I'm going to take you through what this might look like in a class setting for CrossFit kids and why I've adapted some of the movements in the ways that I have, and also some of the stimuluses that I'm looking for throughout the different parts of the workout. So I'm going to start with a general warm-up after we've given a whiteboard introduction to the kids. So we're talking through the movements, the expectations of the class. I'm going to give you a general warm-up. A general warm-up is going to be allotted about 10 minutes of time during the class. It's going to be this week, it'll be a relay. So you're going to split your group into even teams. You're going to start with a forward roll. Then we're going to have animal movements. And this is each time they come back from starting a new relay, they're going to do a new animal movement. So you've got some examples here you could use. You could use an inchworm, bear crawls, leapfrogs, crab walks and bunny hops. And after they've completed their animal movement, they're going to do a hurdle jump. Now, when I was thinking about this warm-up, I was thinking about what stimulus had been hit during our workout of the day. So in the workout of the day, there's little vestibular work and there's not very much impact loading. So I knew that during the warm-up, I wanted to hit both of those things. So I've got the forward roll, which is some vestibular work. I've got some leaps and some hops for the animal movements. And I've also got that hurdle jump at the end of that relay. And you're going to cycle through that about 10 minutes. During the warm-up, you've got an opportunity to get them generally warm, assess their movement, and also, like I said, hitting those aspects of CrossFit Kids that we like to hit every week. So the vestibular work, the impact loading, and developing some coordination and some accuracy with some of these animal movements as well. After we've done our general warm-up, we're going to move on to our skill work. Now, thinking about the main elements that we're going to need for this, our 2 movements that I've looked at today that I've adjusted from the adults workout is going to be, we've kept thrusters in there, and I've taken a piece of the toes to bar and a piece of the rope climb. So we've got like an element of those functional movements that we're going to look at for our kids. And that's going to be the hanging knee raise. So the reason I've got the hanging knee raise in there, because it's stimulating their grip. We are also getting a bit of that flexion that you might get from a toes to bar with the hanging with the knee raise. But also when we're doing a rope climb, we've also got that knees to elbow movement in there as well. So this hits, the hanging knee raise hits both of those movements and gives the children some of the stimulus from that with that movement. We're going to spend 10 minutes on our specific skills. We're going to spend about 6 minutes on the thruster, and I'm going to show you a video going through some progressions in the ways you can teach that. And then also we're going to spend about 4 minutes going through the hanging knee raise. Now, the 3 aspects that I'm looking for from my kids during the hanging knee raise is grip, having a full grip on the bar and their wrists slightly flexed over the bar. And then I'm also looking for an active shoulder. So that sort of suspended shrug where we're shrugging our arms down, active shoulder during that hang position. And then for our more experienced children, I'm looking for them to finish in that sort of nice dish position. You might not necessarily see that during the workout with all of your kids, but think about you're picking one point of performance to focus on for those children. So it could be the grip, it could be the active shoulder, or if they're showing competency in both of those, it could be, right, let's finish in that nice finishing position, that nice dish position. After we spent some time going through our specific warm-up, we're going to then go through the workout. Again, I've allotted about 10 minutes. And as with most of our CrossFit Kids workouts, they're going to be Amraps for quality. So we don't have a finishing time on that. Everyone finishes together. That means we don't really have any winners or losers during this element of our classes. We're going to run 100 meters. So in place of the bike caps, they're going to run 100 meters. You might have to shorten that up depending on the level of the children in your class and their capacity. I've got 8 thrusters here. Now remember, our thrusters can be unloaded or they could be loaded. I suggest with dumbbells for our kids because you don't then have to worry about that bar path with them. I'm going to show you, like I said, a video going through some progressions in ways that you might want to approach this with your children. And then we've got 6 hanging knee raises. Now remember, these rep ranges are absolutely adjustable. So you pick rep ranges that your children can maintain high quality of movement, high focus, and it's not taking them to that point of exhaustion. You know, they're tired, of course, we want them to be tired from working out, but we don't want them exhausted. And then we're going to, once the workout's finished, we're going to finish with the most important part of our CrossFit Kids session, and that's the game. Now I've got rock, paper, scissors here. Now this has a slightly different twist than just sort of standing statically playing rock, paper, scissors together. You're going to line up some plates in a long line. You're going to split your group into 2. On go, you're going to have the first 2 people on each team hopping on each of the plates to the middle. When they meet, they're going to do a rock, paper, scissors. The loser drops out, joins the back of their line. The winner keeps hopping until they meet the next person from the other group, and they're going to continue. The aim of the game is to get to the end of your opposition's spots, and then you get a point. And that will just continue for as long as you can during for that game section. And then we're going to finish off, of course, with our cool down, challenge and study section. So I've allotted again 10 minutes for this. Now on here I've got some rope climb wraps. I thought, as there were some rope climbs in the adult workout, it might be nice to have some rope climb wraps in there, and then you could maybe include that in some rope swings. They wrap, swing, maybe knock over some foam rollers, a bit like some rope swing bowling. It's another game you could play. So you could have sort of like a secondary game here if you have time, where you're working on that rope wrap and then they swing and knock over some foam rollers. Also, you've got some challenges. Can they identify some of the points of performance from some of the foundational movements that we've got? And also importantly, maybe some 5 minutes of study at the end, reading, completing some homework, maybe some academic challenges. Have fun looking at this workout, guys. This first video here shows you a 4-step progression to teaching the thruster. 1. Here's the video repeated. So we've got a squat, 2, stand, 3, adjust the arms, press, 4, and then reset. This second video here shows a 3-step process. So 1 would be a squat, 2 is a stand, readjust and press, and then 3 is the reset. 1, 2, 3. So just here's a demo of the warm-up that I suggested earlier. A forward roll, vestibular system stimulation, an animal walk, so we've got a bear crawl here, and then just some hurdle jumps. And then they're going to cycle through that, changing their animal walk each time they go through. And just a workout demo, so they start with the run. So they've got a 100-meter run, followed by 8 thrusters. My daughter actually did 5. My son actually found 8 thrusters quite a challenge, but we kept him there because he found the other 2 parts of the workout relatively easy, so it was an appropriate challenge for him. The final part is 6 hanging knee raise. You can see my son's really comfortable here. He's got an active shoulder, full grip on the bar. So I'm thinking about finishing position with him in nice long legs. Moving on to my daughter, she starts here in this next video with some hanging knee raises. Later on in the workout, I actually moved her on to just some bar hangs, but in a much better position with a better grip and a more active shoulder.